Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-tide pro wrestler, and today I'm your host. You ever notice how the second a man and a woman even breathe in the same wrestling ring, some wrestling fans, they lose their entire mind. Some wrestling fans are like, oh, a wrestler can hit a Canadian destroyer off of a ladder. Cool, nobody panics. But the moment a man and a woman stand face to face in the ring, suddenly teasing an intergender match, everybody's clutching their pearls. Oh, well, I never. So let's talk about it. Because intergender wrestling is not new. It isn't a joke, and honestly, it's the biggest creative opportunity in wrestling that nobody wants to talk about. But today, I am not alone. I'm here with Jess, the Captain, my favorite friend in wrestling. Jess, let me tell you something, girl. You look great in 1080p.
Hey, yes. Don't we look good, y'all? In that HD, almost 4K, that step below 4K. We're going to get there. We're going to get to 4K, y'all. We're going to get there.
We're going to get to 4K.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what we're looking at today, right? We're going to be looking at, Jess, we're going to define intergender wrestling beyond the gimmick of intergender wrestling. You know, we're going to talk about why this topic matters now, right? And here's the question, though. Do you think that promotions could ever really take intergender wrestling seriously?
Oh, man. In my fantasy world, it should be. It absolutely should be. Now, I get it. It's a very, very thin line and a very touchy subject to talk about, such as a man and a woman professionally wrestling together. It sounds cliche and it sounds like a taboo thing, but I think that would be very nice for the industry because, well, it's not like the guys are not training the girls anyway. And who knows? There might be girls training guys. Who knows? Who knows? So I think it would be exciting as long as everybody stays professional and fun and friendly and there is no undermining reasoning for chaos. I mean, it's wrestling, so.
Well, definitely shout out to everybody who's in the chat, whether you're watching live or on demand. King Savito, never seen your name before, but welcome to the Tristan Law Show. I am Tristan, and she is Jess, the Captain. We got Fernando here. Fernando is checking in. Fernando is saying that intergender wrestling should be allowed, but WWE's too scared to let it happen. Karen Lawson 7476 says she loves the new setup.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you think that, what's up, Stu? Do you think that WWE is too scared to let intergender wrestling happen?
One hand, yes, because look, that's lawsuits and, you know, we are just in a very gentle era in life. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not trying to say we're overly sensitive, but we're just very in tune to certain things. So no, of course, everybody is going to be like, no, I don't want to see a man and a woman fighting, even though we see women in MMA and also in boxing and all sorts of stuff already. And they're slap boxing.
Right.
And these girls are out here
doing the same thing that men is doing. But I just want to say this though, Jess, right? Because I'm a guy and I don't want anybody to think that I'm out here violating or nothing like that. I'm not talking about in any means whatsoever. I'm not talking about domestic violence. I'm not talking about women getting beat up by men or men just getting beat up by women. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the realm of entertainment. That this is what I'm talking about, intergender wrestling. But I just want to set the preface. But, you know, one of the things that I think right now is that intergender wrestling, that the modern audience, they're much more open-minded to intergender pro wrestling. You know, like before it's like the women were, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but the way that most people see women back in the day is that where do women belong? Oh, women belong in the kitchen and barefoot.
Right. On their backs and whatnot. They don't belong in the ring.
Right.
Like, but then you go to this picture right over here.
From the 2019 Royal Rumble.
Come on, man. Like, look at Nia. Look at Nia. And it's again, it goes back to what you know about wrestling. that wrestling is a professional sport.
Sure is.
And these people have professionally trained to do all of these moves. So no, it's not Randy Orton just want to just CKO, RKO a woman. I don't know where that came from, but but in reality, 95%, what is that? That's red. So I would think that's a Raw, right?
No, that was actually Royal Rumble 2019.
Okay. So that's Royal Rumble. So I can guarantee you 99.9% they trained for that moment right there for at least 2 weeks.
I doubt that. I dispute that.
You don't think they train like Nia sometimes, probably every other day she might try RKO or allow certain moves to happen to her while she's in practice.
It's a face bump. It's easy. The RKO's a real easy move to take. It's just a regular face bump.
Yeah, but it might be. But us outside looking in, we wouldn't know that.
True. Somebody on the outside wouldn't know that. You're right.
Okay. So I guess what I want to say is that, like, let's just say Javon, this was Javon's first day.
Okay.
First day at work, right? And he comes up and Randy Orton RKO him. He's going to be like, hey, yo, how did you do that? How is it that we made it look so non-abrasive, or make it look like it's painful, but in reality, we're just fine.
Okay. I'll tell you the honest truth as well too, Jess. Everybody in pro wrestling school, we've done the RKO to each other, the Stone Cold Stunner, the Rock Bottom. We've done all of that together. So none of that is like really, that's really nothing too obscure for us in what we do. But I think that when you're looking at intergender wrestling, there's more flexibility in storytelling, right? You definitely have size versus speed, and you have style versus power. Because a woman like, let's say, Mercedes Moné, she's not built the same way as Nia Jax, and I mean that respectfully, and I both think they're beautiful. Slide into my DM, ladies. But the thing is that you get a different option between those women, more storytelling. Granted, you can't see a Mercedes Moné fighting Brock Lesnar. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening whatsoever. She's going to get washed up. But you know what? I
could see her going against somebody like Ricky Saint.
I could see that.
Something more in her,
even Kofi,
in her body bracket.
Right.
I get it. Right. I totally get it.
So the things though.
Right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Because I think that might be the problem as fans, that we would worry about, that Triple H and everybody in the writer's room would not book it properly. Because like you just said, I wouldn't want to see somebody like Alexa Bliss going against Tala Tunga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, or somebody like what's our boy Bronson Reed or something. But I could see Nia going against Bronson Reed.
But here's the thing that I want to ask you, Jess, as a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're about what, 6'1"?
Yeah, let's say that, like 6 feet, 6'1".
Okay, you know
in that number,
let me put some respect on you. You're 5'13", right?
Yeah, 5'13".
So you're 5'13", and even though we are about the same height, give or take an inch or two, right? There are women that are your size that I don't know what kind of MMA you know. You might take my elbow and make it touch my asshole. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So because you're a woman and because of who you are in this day and age, I don't know what you can do. So like for me, I don't think that it disqualifies us from having a match together, even though our body types are too differently. I think it all determines on who is in the ring. But I think that having intergender wrestling, I think that it elevates women by presenting them as equals.
I like that, and it does. But something like, honestly, I think sports as a whole need to be genderless. I mean, we already have it already divided. You got the WNBA, you got the WNBA, you got the regular NBA. Then you got what else is in soccer?
Right.
You got girls soccer, you got boys soccer. In football, technically, you got regular football, and then you have powder puff, right? And baseball. You have baseball, but if a woman plays it, it would be considered what? Softball, right?
True. Right. I mean, no, it's a different sport, same rules. It's like chess versus checkers. But the thing too, though, I'm not going to lie though. I don't want to see a woman play football with men.
No.
I mean,
say maybe that's the one sport.
I don't think that a woman cannot play football with men, but not every woman is built equally. You might have a little skinny. You might have a little.
You get deboed. You're right. I don't want to see that, and then all of a sudden your boobies done popped out of your goddamn gear. It's.
Thank you.
Like, God damn it. Because as a woman, it's instant. It's gonna be instant. I'll be like, oh shit, sis, you okay? I know your soft parts, sis, your softer parts, are they okay?
Fernando says that women can't play with men in the NFL is too dangerous. I agree. I'm not saying that women can't play football at all, but I think that if it's any kind of contact sport, that it should be some kind of domestic, boundary there,
ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
That's when it seems like it's domestic violence, because I'm not trying to generalize all men, but it's just something about the adrenaline in men that's different than women.
Right. As long as the adrenaline's not in their soul.
It's like, right. So, you ever watch training videos in football and you be seeing them tackle down that little big long dummy thing,
right?
The little steel dummy and stuff like that. I'm like, I imagine a woman, and I'm like, sometimes not all women are built like brick houses. We're not all. Some of us are just our DNA is just soft. Our genetics are soft. Some of us can't get brick house like that.
True.
We can't all look like Jada Cargill.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Or we can't all look like
Nia Jax.
We can't all look like Nia.
Right.
Oh no.
Nothing wrong with Nia though.
Look like her. Yeah. So or Bianca Belair. You seen her lately? I can't. Not everybody.
Right. She got shoulders like boulders.
Oh my God. Like, I remember that one TikTok video. Well, it's not even TikTok. It was on their show, the Montez and Bianca show, when they did have their little show. Like, she would be training, and I think she put 250s on both sides. I was like, and she picked it up like
not heavy.
She just, woo. It might have been more. It might have been threes. I don't know, but it was just so graceful like that. I was like, Jesus, look at them shoulders.
So when you're looking at the whole thing, though, right, Jess, I think that companies are afraid because of the optics, like violence against women, and they're looking at perception versus reality. They're looking at like safety myths, like, oh, a woman can get hurt inside the ring. But I think fans who still think wrestling, there's fans who still think that wrestling has to, reflect gender roles. There are people, Jess, in 2025 who still think that women belong in a certain place.
It's sports. Like, okay, yes, everybody gets worried that you might break a freaking finger. Mm-hmm. Or, you could end up like Bianca Belair and have a broken knuckle. Or just, yes, it's what we signed up for. Yes, if you didn't know, that's why she's been out.
Right.
Like, she was on 106 in sports, and she sat on the couch, and she was like, we all thought it was like a thumb or a broken finger. No, she broke her knuckle.
The knuckle, the in-between part.
I was like, oh yeah, nah. And I'm like, girl, I'm surprised your career's still here. It's like, that's like breaking your knees or tearing an Achilles for you men who think that that's nothing.
So Fernando says that the NBA for men is too physical as well. Women can't play with the men either.
Well, that's because y'all like to. It's all about the aggressiveness.
But a woman could be aggressive.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to be rude and say what I want to say.
You know what, Jess? Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
It's beast mode. I'm sorry. There's just something going on in a man's mind where the adrenaline and the mindset and that Mamba mindset turn into a monster or a beast. You know what I'm saying? And so, yes, it's aggressive for no reason because it's sports and everybody has this complex that you got to win. You got to win. You're either a winner or a loser. You're either the predator or the prey. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men can't really balance that out in their minds. So sometimes the predator takes over.
So Kevin Suavito, King Suavito, my bad. Like it's like it means like smooth. You know, I learned that from being in the Bronx. He's a little smooth. King Suavito says, although these individuals are professionals, it would take one wrong move by accident for an injury to happen, or in the heat of a match, it can get too competitive and a scripted spot can get real.
Yes. Look what happened during the ladder matches with Cody and Kevin.
You see, I think, though, that it's all about professionalism. Right. And that, you know, a wrestling move is a wrestling move. You're not really, okay, look, I'm going to blow it for everybody right now. You're not really putting, you know, each other, you know, you're not really dropping your body on each other. There's some moves that are snug, but you're not really dropping your bodies on each other. I think that it's possible.
It is. I'll say, I don't want to pop a bubble, but if you really pay attention, the person that's about to get pancaked, they adjust their arm a certain way. Of course, because you don't want anybody to fall on your sternum. The way that you position yourself in the ring, you got to protect yourself. Because when I train people in wrestling, and I haven't trained anybody in a long time, and they do something in the ring, I say, hey, do you like your rib cage? They go, yeah, why? I said, protect yourself or somebody's going to break it. That's why you got to get your chest a certain way and stuff like that. But you know, because you want to do the splash or the frog splash or whatever it is. You know, you want to do it so that it's close, but it's not close. But what we're normally, and thank you so much for your comment, King Suavito. What we normally get though, what promotions get wrong, we get comedy spots, right? Where men are scared to hit women. You know what else we always get, Jess? We get the boyfriend versus girlfriend gimmick. They make it a spectacle rather than part of the product. In 2025, men and women in same matches, they're the match where people come out, I can't remember the name of it. The special match. What's the word I'm looking for? What?
I don't know. Let me buzz myself.
Right. All I can think of is a battle royale.
No, the word I'm looking for, it's right here. It's right here. That's what it is. It's not a spectacle. It's not a showcase.
It's not a mockery.
No, well, whatever it is. But that's how they position the woman, right? And the men. And they
to make her look like the more fun person.
Right. And it's just the boyfriend girlfriend thing, the husband boyfriend thing. Like for me, that's nice. That's nice to see Becky and Seth Rollins in the ring. But I think the thing that we're looking at here is more so of, they're married and WWE finally acknowledged them on the air. I think that's what it was for me, because the men still don't touch the woman, but the woman will slap the men and go, yeah, so what now? What now?
Yeah, it's making a mockery of the thought, because I don't like to really say this, but that is already a problem. That a lot of women think that they could put their hands on a man because they're a woman, so they're not going to get hit back.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say that's the thin line we would probably have watching something like that on WWE, because let's just say CM Punk decided to slap back Becky Lynch. Like, what if that, like, now we're going back over to Will Smith and Chris Rock again, because, you know, what do you think is going to happen? Like, if CM Punk real life, like, if they didn't all care about each other, if they all wasn't family and something, like, you can't tell me about 85 to 90% of that locker room, they're all family.
True. I would say so.
Pictures.
I would say so.
I've seen the pictures at y'all weddings. I've seen y'all at baby showers. I've seen y'all on vacations together. So no matter what character y'all got going on TV, I know y'all are mostly cool. It's a family.
So I think that
family's not going to want to hurt each other, right?
No, not at all. We're all co-workers. We all work together. I think that intergender wrestling is only controversial to fans, to people who don't really understand what pro wrestling is. Let me go ahead and give this chat a little bit of love before we move on. We got a live poll going on right now, and it's asking, should intergender wrestling be more mainstream, meaning being outside of the indies, more on WWE television, more on AEW television? Let's hear what everybody says right now, because there's some names that I missed. Stu says intergender wrestling can be done right. A lot of people just think it's domestic violence when it's not. Maria says that Serena Williams can play with men with no problem. Yeah, 100%.
Maria, dang, that's another one. Tennis. tennis and doubles. I almost forgot about that one. Tennis and doubles. That could be intergendered.
No, that's mixed tag. So there's two kinds, right? There's mixed tag.
What's the difference?
I'll tell you what the difference is. In tennis is a little bit different because you can hit the ball from the man. But in pro wrestling, when you got mixed gender tag match, it's pretty much when the woman gets in, the man has to get out. When the man gets in, the woman gets. So you don't really have to follow, traditional tag team rules in those kind of matches. But in true intergender matches, the women are putting hands on the men, and the men are putting hands on the woman in a competitive style. Not a I'm trying to hurt you point of style.
Right.
Maria says a woman cannot play with a LeBron James or a Zion Williamson.
Child, have you never met the lady named Aja Wilson? Never. No, you know what? I'm not going there.
I don't know who those people. I know who LeBron is.
Wrong show.
I know who LeBron is. I don't know who is Zion Williamson. I'm assuming he's a basketball player as well.
Zion Wilson. Zion. He plays for the Pelicans.
What's this talking about?
6'7".
What's this, basketball?
Huh? Yeah, this is.
Oh, that's fake sports. I don't talk about wrestling. I don't talk about wrestling. You talk about real sports over here. So to understand though where we're going, we've got to really look at where we came from and where the business already proved that this can work. When we're looking at different things, right? We're looking at Andy Kaufman versus the Memphis Woman. It was a heat generation, but it played for comedy, and it pretty much showed the marketing potential. And the one that everybody keeps talking about is definitely China. China broke the mold. She entered Royal Rumbles. She won the Intercontinental Championship. She was treated as believable and a novelty, but what WWE later proved, but they later also abandoned it as well too. China was the trailblazer. We can't even deny that.
But that's the problem. They never booked her as a woman wrestler. They booked her as a bully. They kind of like between her and Nia Jax, they're kind of booked the same way. Like you're not a woman wrestler on TV. You're the bully. You're the monster, which was kind of what's messed up about women's wrestling today.
Well,
it's like you.
When you look at her song is the whole thing. Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. Just treat me for who and what I am. She's a wrestler.
And that's right, which is a wrestler, which they kind of fumbled all of it. They fumbled all of it. But, she at the end of the day, she's still a woman. Mm-hmm. And part of her booking, the booking madness was because, well, I hate to say it. Well, Stephanie, you kind of played a part in that, sis. You know the history, Trish. I'm like, I'm not trying to. Since we're talking about history, we gotta talk about how Stephanie was the downfall of China. But
I'm going to
Google that.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Google that one.
I'm going to disagree with you. Here's the reason why I disagree with you.
How she said it herself, like the breakup of her and Triple H was like really messed up.
Right. But still at the same point, it's like saying, okay, well, because you broke up with your boyfriend, that you went to work and pretty much just like didn't do work that well. There's still a part of accountability on it when it comes to her.
Because you broke up with one of the top stars in the WWE right now, and this whole storyline with her and him and Stephanie is blowing up. You faded her into the background. You start seeing her less and less after that.
Mm. Well, if you look at Lucha Underground, they completely normalized intergender wrestling. You had wrestlers like Sexy Star, Ivelisse, Taya Valkyrie. It pretty much showed that with proper world building, fans will accept it. If the WWE tiptoed into it just a little bit, fans would accept it. You had Tessa Blanchard in TNA. Impact went all in with her. She was a woman that was a world champion. The same exact title that R-Truth held. The same exact title that AJ Styles held. The same exact title that every other man has held. She's that champion. She's in that lineage. I think
I love her.
Me too. I like her, but I think the problem with her is that her creative success, it was overshadowed by her real life controversy. We're not going to talk about that. They allege that she was a racist or that she was this or she was that. I don't really know, but I think that it's still a case study with Tessa Blanchard. Not talking about anything else with her. It's still a case study on what a main event program really looks like.
Well, we can look at her right now. You know why? Because she got with say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry, and I'm like, I believe in Tia. I was like, oh, see.
Now we're talking about two different people.
No, you don't know. They're a tag team now.
Who? Chelsea Green?
No, Tia.
Tessa Blanchard?
Yes, and
where?
Joe Hendry.
Where?
On the trip. Where have you been?
I've been sitting right here in the seat. I told you I got time.
The mixed tag team thing with AAA and Chelsea and Ethan now has Joe Hendry and Tia in it.
Oh,
they're a thing. They're a tag.
No, you're talking about somebody. I know who you're talking about because I listened to Maria and went to go watch NXT the other day. It's not who Joe Hendry's with somebody else. Hold on, let me look for it.
Thea. That's her name. Her name is Thea.
Right, but it's not Tessa Blanchard. Yeah, Thea, he's with Thea Hale. That's not Tessa Blanchard. Two different people.
Oh, my bad.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, my bad. My bad, audience. You know, you see I have 4 eyes. Sometimes I think I might need 6.
Just put one in your forehead. That's your mind's eye, so you can see everything.
2 more right above my eyebrows, because sometimes I really don't be. Yeah, my bad.
You know one place that really does intergender wrestling real well?
Who?
The Indies.
Yes.
That is my friend right there. That is my friend. Darius Carter right there.
I would say the girl or the boy, because first of all, let's shout out to that photographer for that shot. That's a money shot right there.
Darius Carter is one of the people. He's been on PWI 100, and every year he gets his number up there. He's been rated as one of the top black pro wrestlers on the planet. And he's not in the WWE. He's not in AEW. He's not in TNA. That guy right there is a guy that you need to know. That guy right here, you know Saraya Paige from the WWE? Yes. He wrestled her mom.
Oh.
This guy right here has been around probably a little bit, maybe 2 years less than me. He's been around in wrestling. But this guy right here, unlike me, he never stopped. He never took a break. Right? The guy put himself through college, and he is probably one of the best on the indies when it comes to intergender wrestling.
Oh, well,
Darius Carter.
He just haven't had this opportunity yet.
I don't know what it is with Darius. And Darius, you know, I was trying to get him on to do an interview here on the Tristan Law Show, you know, after he got put on PWI 100. But, you know, we know that interviews are changing. You know, Cheyenne Ortiz will be handling interviews here on the Tristan Law Show on the channel with main event conversations. That's what's going to be happening. But really, Jess, on the indie scenes, intergender wrestling is normal. Jordan Grace, he's wrestled Jordan Grace. Kimberly, Candice LeRae. This is the laboratory where the style grew. The people on the indies are showing that this is what they want. That the fans are showing up. This is what the fans really want from their wrestlers. You know, I think that intergender wrestling, though, it only feels weird on TV. You know why?
Why?
Because WWE told you so.
Is it because WWE told you so, or it's because that WWE notices the climate of the room we're sitting in these days?
I think that is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just because it just goes back to what I was saying about how the whole thing about CM Punk and AJ Lee and all of that, right? And how they made it made it jokey joke, like, oh, I'm a woman, I'm gonna smack you up because you're a man and you can't do nothing, and like, when if we want this, if this is what we want right here, you gotta stop making a mockery and you gotta stop being scared, and people have to understand that this is a show, this is theater, this is scripted. I'm about to say the moves are definitely real. I would say the moves will always be real, but the script is the script. So of course we're not. That man is not really man, he-man woman hater. Like no,
Right.
no.
Let me ask you this,
like
though,
whole
Jess.
time that's your trainer. Like actually, you know something? We train all the time, and we go out and get food and do karaoke. Like what? What are y'all talking about?
I love me some karaoke. Let me ask you this, though, Jess. As a woman, as a person that is into the comic book movies, and you watch a lot of shows on the Netflix. All I watch on Netflix is wrestling. When I go to the UK, that's it.
That's all y'all ever watch. That's your problem. Y'all gotta broaden your minds.
Then maybe
man.
if you send me something that I can watch that is not on YouTube. I've been watching these shows on YouTube here, and they take like case files of like real crimes, and they
if you want that, I could give you a list.
Right, but I want real TV shows to watch, because girl, I can't be sitting here boo-hooing no more. I really be sitting here boo-hooing. I be sitting right here in the chair, working on the channel, going crying for whatever reason. But let me ask you this, though, Jess.
I love it though.
That I boo-hoo?
I mean, why? It's drama. If you don't cry during drama, the movie wasn't good.
Fair. So let me ask you this: as a person that watches like DC and stuff like that, and comic book and movies and TV shows, if you saw a movie and you saw a man getting hit by a woman or a woman getting hit by a man, what would you think?
Is it Tyler Perry?
Okay, fine. Let's say it's Tyler Perry. Let's say it's Tyler Perry. What's going to happen?
Well, then it's domestic violence, an abusive relationship, or some obvious BS black man, hideous black man who was sleeping with a white woman and was beating on his black wife, or something stupid, or baby mama, being a little evil little witch and beating on her baby father for money. This is what you really be watching on the TV? Don't send me that's just Lifetime. That's Tyler Perry and Lifetime.
Don't send me none of those. I ain't interested in none of that.
Now, I'm about to say no. Now I got true crime.
But hold on. So let me ask you this then. So that's all entertainment, the Tyler Perry and all the stuff you were just talking about, right?
It's labeled as entertainment.
But why is it not okay in pro wrestling for people?
I don't know. Because you know why? I have to drop the F-bomb, Trish. The big F-bomb, because they think it's fake. And I mean for fake. Like Cartoon Network fake. Like nails press on fake. Like eyelashes fake. Just for fake. Like baddies fake. All of that stuff, they just think it's fake. And that's the problem. They don't know the difference between what's fake and what's scripted.
But isn't it the same thing?
No.
Enlighten me.
The best way I could put it is just, you might have to come back to me. I have to give you a good, because I might have to give you a good dissertation on that.
Well,
when it's scripted, when it's scripted, you know who's going to win.
But when it's fake, you know who's going to win too?
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
When they're making movies, right? And Tyler Perry.
Tubi movies. Like, let's just try Tubi movies.
And
those are fake.
Stu did say something about Tubi movies. He said that you need to watch more of those.
I like Tubi. Only because Tubi's free. But anyway. With scripted is written out. The moves are written out and all of that. Sometimes fake doesn't be written out. Like I could for fake fight a person that's not in the script. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't supposed to be there. You know how many times on WWE, we've been watching WWE for a while. How many times have we known the wrestlers to go off script?
Very rarely. It's called going into business for yourself, and that is wrong. If you want to get in trouble, go into business for yourself. That's when you could turn to fight for real.
Which is probably why Drew is where he's at right now sometimes. Sometimes I think that's what's going on.
If Drew was going into business for himself as much as he would, if he really was, he wouldn't be there that much.
Okay, yeah, good point. Okay, you got a point.
So Stu says that scripted is the winner, where the winner is determined, and fake is acting like people won't get hurt.
Okay, there you go.
I don't take that.
One. Thank you.
I don't take none of that. Because, okay, so fine. We know in 2025 that pro wrestling, and as a semi-retired pro wrestler, I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm saying this in the most respectful way to the business that sat me here today, that I'm just fake fighting with my friends in my underwear. That sounds weird when I say it like that. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should have said costumes.
Okay, can I say it again?
Yeah, okay. Please.
So we know what pro wrestling is in 2025, but what I can say about pro wrestling as a semi-retired pro wrestler, and I know I shouldn't be saying this because pro wrestling is the business that put me here and I have respect for it, but we know that pro wrestling, I'm just fake fighting with my friends in costume. In costume.
There you go. There you go. Better. In spandex and no, can't use that either. Never mind. Like, can't use that either.
But if you think it's some indie experiment, you got to look at who's already doing it on a high level. You know, when you're looking at some of the people that are doing it on a high level, you get people like Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, she's out there, she's teasing men. That is what she's doing. You get Nia Jax. That picture again is of her in the 2019 Royal Rumble. Then you get mixed tags where fans just want the crossover. That's called the tease. We're not really getting it. I want to see Nia Jax put hands on somebody, and I want to see somebody put hands back on Nia Jax.
Well, there's not that many that is her size. The only one right now looking at this picture, if I could think about anybody who would possibly can go toe to toe with her, possibly is who's that? JC, not JD, JC.
From where?
Over there. Dang, Tris, you know who he is. JC.
Yeah,
over there with
JC with Pookie in him.
Yeah, well, shut up. Something about Pookie.
You almost said yes.
Solo and them.
With who?
Solo and them. JC.
Oh, JC Mateo.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Him.
Yeah. I know him. JC and him.
I think they would go. That would go great.
That'd be a good match. I think for that.
The one guy over there at Alpha Academy.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is him. He would be a good one to see. Mm-hmm. If Kevin was to come back, Kevin Owens, where are you, Kevin? We miss you.
His neck is hurt. But WWE,
I understand. Well, put a brace on and just be in the audience. But can we just see your face and make sure you're still here?
When just go to social media.
2 years.
Go to social media, see what he's doing. Say, hi, my name is Jess, the Captain, and I sit here with Tristan Long. We talk about wrestling every week, and we miss you. But I think the problem, though, that's why WWE will never fully commit is because of corporate. That's why. Like, when you look at AEW, Tony Khan, he avoids intergender altogether.
Avoid confrontation.
But and the roster is full of people who used to do it all the time.
Climate that we're living in.
Look, I will say this. I think that fans in AEW are more willing to accept intergender wrestling quicker than WWE fans would.
I think so too, but that's also a problem. Every day I'm on social media. You know that if y'all go follow me on the Captain on all 4 social platforms, you would know that I talk about these things all the time and how y'all take something that is supposed to be nothing and make it something. So let's just say we did have an actual intergender match that was on TV. Like let's just say Chelsea and Ethan was to come on mainstream television, right?
I don't count that.
What?
I don't count the both of them.
Why?
Because
they're a tag team.
They are, and they're the AAA mixed tag team champions. Okay,
so what if they was to bring all of that type of energy over to WWE?
WWE already does it.
You know what I meant. I'm about to come over there and pop the shit out you.
I wish you could. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Mainstream Raw and SmackDown.
We could have an intergender match right now if that's what you want.
Nah.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though,
Jess. I like the hoodoo and voodoo. I would be on the Black family using all sorts of magic and shit. You know, that's crazy. Aleister Black and his flame throwing hands. Yeah, that's crazy. My guy.
Yeah, you're crazy. But here's the thing, though. I watched a match where Chelsea Green and Ethan Page beat the chameleon guy, the lizard guy. What's his name?
Oh, Mr. Iguana.
Right, Mr. Iguana.
Bring him over. I can't wait.
Right. And he won. He beat Mr. Iguana, Mr. Iguana's girlfriend. but it was on the mixed tag team match rules. And in mixed tag team match rules, when the men get in, the women get out. So that the women and it really felt, when it comes to me and mixed tag matches, not intergender matches, mixed gender tag matches, it feels like it's two matches happening at the same exact time. It feels like you got the women's match and the men's match, and we're just all in here, and eventually we'll just figure it out and get a pinfall. I would like the man to get a pinfall on the woman and vice versa.
Okay, I guess it would just all depends on the moves then. Because of course we all know there are just certain moves you can't use on a woman. We know that.
Why not? It's wrestling. All is fair in love and war.
Yes, it's wrestling, but it's just certain moves are banned for a reason. Just saying, because it's just what it is. Certain moves just won't work due to the body structure of
That's
a
right,
woman.
because I don't think you can technically low blow a woman. I'm sure if you hit them there, it might hurt, but if you give them a regular low blow, it might not hurt. I don't know. I don't have one of them things.
You feel what I'm saying? Like something like that, something like that. But can you see, like Charlotte Flair being tombstoned by AJ Styles?
Sure, it's the finish. 1, 2, 3.
It looks a little dangerous.
But sure.
We know how we know how the pro wrestling works. But somebody outside looking in who don't analyze things like us, they're gonna be like, no, that didn't look okay. That didn't look good. And then, like you just said, a hairline of an accident, just a hair can mess up not only the wrestlers but the entire show.
Hold on, somebody wants smoke in the chat. King Suavito says, Nia would go over on these guys. Y'all really sleeping on the irresistible force, which is why y'all got her working with your favorite person, Lash Legend. But then King Suavito also says, King Suavito also says something. Hold on, wait. Somebody already said something. They want us to fight each other. They want us to fight each other. Maria says Tristan versus Jess in a steel cage match. Look, I've been in one steel cage match, Jess. You ain't never been in there.
I have dreams of shit like this. I mean, I may not have done. I don't do it physically in real time, but in my dreamland, I've done shit. Like I've definitely climbed all the way to the top and just. Look, somebody got pancaked. I don't know who it was, but somebody got pancaked. I
tell my friends all the time, do not call me out of retirement. You do not wake a sleeping bear. I appreciate your guys' comments and being in here. Hey guys, let me know what you guys think about the new look of the show. I did some cool things
like
here.
I truly like it. So at least this way we be able to really have a conversation for real while we analyze things.
Right.
Like this photo. Well, right. This photo
of Nia Jax giving Andrade a clothesline.
Mm-hmm. Is that who that was?
It looks like Andrade. Ooh. Don't ask me who it is. Don't make me lie. But I think that
I was like, it was pussy. I was like, is that? Okay, never mind.
It looks like Andrade. You know what? It's Andrade. But I think that if Rhea Ripley and Swerve Strickland, they wrestle tomorrow, it would definitely do numbers. So the thing though is that the talent exists, the history exists, the audience exists. The question is, how do you book this in a way? How do you book this in a way that it doesn't fall into stereotypes or just cheap heat? The way I'm looking at this is that you have to do, you have to respect gender first. No, respect first and then gender second. It's not man versus woman, but it's wrestler versus wrestler.
Mm-hmm. That's what it should be. It should be, but just for, to keep it safe and keep it pee.
I think that if you do a Styles clash, and I'm not talking about AJ Styles, I'm saying if you do something like, High Flyer versus Powerhouse, regardless of the gender, I think something like that would work.
I kind of like him.
Tozawa?
Every time, the little one, because that's what I call him, the tiny one in Alpha Academy. And I'd be like, every time I see him run out, I'd be like, all right, who's about to hot potato this child this time? We have Rhea Ripley here. Then you had Becky Lynch where she slapped him across the room. That was kind of funny.
Poor guy. He just wants a little bit of love.
I know, but it's like, I feel like he probably can wrestle really, 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 really well.
I'm sure he can. They could also do partners turn rivals. We are. If WWE was giving us intergender wrestler, we should have got Dom versus Rhea a long time ago.
Oh Lord,
That'd be a hell of a match, Dom versus Rhea.
Dom is gonna lose.
I'd pay for that. Here's my wallet.
He's gonna lose.
You can look at something like a Gatekeeper story, a rising woman who uses intergender wrestling to break ceilings. You know, like we did it with Nia Jax, but now I think and China. But the thing though is that now we have all these belts in the WWE. It's like, all right, well, you know, why go for the men's Intercontinental Championship why go for the Intercontinental Championship when they've separated them by gender? Why go for the world title when they've separated by gender? I think that maybe there should be one title where everybody just fights for it. And I'm not talking about the 24/7 championship title because that is goofy.
Okay. That it sounds good on paper, but you know how unfair that's going to be, right?
Tell me.
Because at this point now you're going to do favoritism. You don't know. We only know maybe two out the whole writer's room. That writer's room could be like, they could be racist. They could be misogynistic. They could be all, you know, every type of you could think of. So like, let's just say we wanted that. Like, make sure, like, let's say we do really want something like this, right? In some shape or form, there might be a writer who's going to be like, Rhea Ripley versus Randy Orton, but every time Randy Orton is going to win because I don't want to see no woman beat Randy Orton because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you're going to do something like that, you have to put people in those writers' rooms, in the creative rooms that is unbiased, and that is strictly about wrestling. You know what I'm saying? No gender, no favoritism, none of that stuff. It just strictly pro wrestling and who you feel as far as weight what is it called? Weight class.
Yeah, your weight class.
Right. As far keep it in weight class and popularity and things like that. We could get this popping.
Well, I think that if they want to do it, Jess, I think they would have to do something like they have to get rid of the no, I won't hit a woman thing. Like that's just like, that should just be gone. It should be, you should not be hitting women, but I think that if you're going to hit a woman, it should be within the confines of that wrestling match.
Right.
It should be no domestic violence, visuals, or language. It should be nothing like, go in the kitchen or anything disrespectful or crazy like that if you want to keep it away from domestic violence. And I think that it should present both competitors as equals. They're pro wrestlers. Put them as equals. That's where I think it should be. And possibly, maybe make safety more believable. I'm not saying to go out there and have a 120-pound woman, you know, slam a 250-pound man.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
But I say keep it athletic. There's a lot of athletic women in the WWE now. Mm-hmm. And they should keep it athletic and not shock value. Many what-if scenarios. Many what-if scenarios. What if Rhea Ripley's is in a G1 style tournament? What if instead of doing the King of the Ring, the Queen of the Ring, what if it was just who is the king or queen of the WWE and that is it, right? You just battle through the whole entire thing. You know, maybe a gender neutral trios division in AEW because they got a trios championship right now, right? I think if AEW wants to make the trios championship just not feel like a tag team championship plus one, is that maybe make it to where you can plug in a woman. But we don't follow mixed gender rules. We follow intergender rules to where the men could actually touch the woman.
I like it. I true. You cook it. You cooking.
Am I?
But yeah, I think you are. The creativity of your mind is very interesting because it makes sense. But that's not the reality that we live in. Unfortunately, in some shape or form, even though we have women in wrestling is a male-dominated sport. So no matter how much we want intergender to keep it non-biased, to keep it straight up weight class and talent and creativity, like y'all would, it would be a miracle. It would have to be somebody in the room who would think that way. But I hate to say it to you, Trish, there's too many damn men in that room. It's too many. Like, I think, in the writer's room, I think I counted one woman. and I believe she is not a POC. So everybody in there is just a man. So how do you think a man would write for an intergender, not you, Trish, intergender script?
I think that if a man is right, I think that you need to have representation in the writing room. Like I said before in a previous episode, Spike Lee could have never wrote Crooklyn if he never lived in Brooklyn. It's one of those things where you just have to live it, so you can say, all right, well, this is how I see it from my point of view. And Jess, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Because what I wanted was, I never wanted to speak from a woman's point of view or anything like that. I wanted for a woman to come and give their point of view. And Jess, you're here. And the people like you. Let me tell you the message that King Suavito said. He said, Jess, you have to go back to the days when we were all kids. And these moves are tactics in school. So imagine the kids doing what Rhea or Dom did in matches at schools the next day. I practice wrestling moves on girls.
And that's so cool, and it's so true, because we talked about this, right, Trish, really. But if y'all don't know, I'm also an educator, as y'all see. I mean, I got it blurred out, but I have 2 degrees. But I wouldn't. It does go back to the kids and how the kids' minds would try to say, "Oh, well, if it could be both ways. Oh, great, girls could do this too. Wonderful." Or, "Oh, girls could do this too. All right, let me try this move on this one girl that I just don't like." And again, these are professionals. Kids are not professionals.
You're right.
So, they're just seeing the move. They don't see what the professionals are doing to make sure they're safe. Like the botch of CM Punk and Jey Uso. How Jey Uso didn't turn his head a certain way. I forgot. I forgot what the move was, but when Jey Uso and CM Punk was fighting for the championship, and Jey didn't turn his body or turn his head a certain way to make the move look believable. You know what I'm saying? So all right, let's go to reality. Let's say a 13-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl who watch wrestling try this move, and they don't know that you're supposed to turn a certain way so you don't hurt yourself. And then boom, somebody does the move, and boom, one of the children done broke their neck. Whether it's a boy or girl, it doesn't matter.
That's why they say don't try it at home.
You don't even see that anymore. Do y'all see a "don't try this at home"? Do you see a warning label? I haven't seen a warning label like that since Ridiculousness and Jackass.
I don't think we need warning labels on things, Jess. They put
yes,
warning labels.
Do.
No, they put
yes,
warning labels
do.
on cigarettes, and pregnant women still smoking. People still smoking get cancer from cigarettes.
These kids, I'm not talking about adults. I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about the age of, let's say, I'll say 6, 7 years old, all the way up to 16. The kids that are doing this stuff at home, who dream about doing this stuff at home. You have to put these warning labels and say, "Hey, kids, look, we're professionals. These are professionals. We do these things on a daily. Do not try this at home." The same thing you saw in Ridiculousness, the same warning we saw on Jackass. What is wrong with putting those type of warning labels back on wrestling?
Well, maybe because pro wrestling is a little predetermined. Fernando says that I don't think we need warning labels either. Finally, me and Fernando agree. Me and Fernando haven't agreed in a little bit. Me and Fernando, Fernando, you want to get a hand clap?
Right. Look, Fernando is in the middle. Like, some days he agree with me, some days he agree with you, but I like fans like you, Fernando. So I'm gonna just give you a special shout out because you keep us honest.
Yeah, that's why I like the aspect of having the live audience, because they keep us honest. They hold us accountable, and we hold them accountable. We're building a little family thing here. Let me tell you what King Suavito had to say. King Suavito says, "Exactly right, Jess."
Yeah.
He said, "These kids don't know the real from the unreal. Happy to know that you're their teacher to educate them. But Lazy Levesque doesn't tell them this anymore or go to career day." Wow. He don't like Triple H.
I don't blame him. I don't blame you for it, because I mean, he's been a very interesting creative director of creatives. He's been interesting. Very, very interesting. But again, this is his third year as maybe second, third year as the director.
As the man, right. He's been the man for a little bit. But okay, let's do this because I know we're running out of time. I want to hear more of what everybody else thinks, and I'm talking about everybody that's watching live right now, or if you're watching on demand, go ahead and put your messages in because I always read them still. The question that I would like to know, Jess, from you, and I'm gonna ask the audience as well too. Everybody that's watching, name one man and one woman who would absolutely thrive in intergender wrestling matches. I'm not talking about no patty cake. I'm talking about having a legitimate match.
Ooh. Okay, can I give two, actually?
No, Jess, because we're running out of time.
Oh.
Fine, make it quick.
I mean, I'm about to say it's quick. So the first one I want to say is the one couple that I've been talking about on this podcast today, Bianca and Montez Ford. I think they would work well as a intergendered tag team.
Okay.
I think they would work well. And the second one, bring back the Terra Twins, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest.
Okay, so how about one man and one woman in intergender wrestling who would thrive fighting each other? Who would men versus women, not the same team. Men versus women.
Maxine and LA Knight.
I see LA Knight dropping Maxine on her head.
It would be like a sibling thing. Look, just follow me, man. I see the story in that one.
You know
sibling rivalry.
You know what I'd like to see?
Huh?
I would like to see Becky Lynch and CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
Becky Lynch is so feisty.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun, actually.
Stu left his view, and make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel. It's growing. He's up to 60 subscribers.
Go, Stu.
It says that Io versus Javon Evans.
Ooh, yes, both of them are athletic.
I'd pay for that,
and they're bouncy. And
I'd pay for that.
I would pay for that too.
Just want to let you guys know that next week is Thanksgiving, so we'll be light on the shows. I think we're going to do Monday. We're going to do a show. I gave it to you, Jess, in the thing. Monday we're going to do a show. I think we'll do a show on Wednesday. It's at the top of your brief.
Yep, I could double check for you guys. So you guys, we will be back for Monday and Wednesday. We will not have a show on Friday because it's Black Friday.
That's right.
Even though we're all protesting and stuff like that, but still, like, it's kind of cool. It's still a lot of stuff. And then come on in here on Saturday. We are going to be reviewing who we're going to think are going to win for War Games.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be doing. So there'll be a show Monday. Wednesday, no Jess. Jess is no longer here on Wednesdays. But Jess will definitely be back on Saturday morning with me. And I hope you guys definitely have a good Thanksgiving. Looking forward to talking to you guys. So yeah, that's what we have going on there. But look, here's at the end of the day, intergender wrestling, it isn't about men hitting women or women beating men. I think that if when you look at it like that, the whole conversation is wrong. It's about wrestlers telling stories with different styles, different sizes, and different backgrounds. Some promotions, they prove that it works, and others are terrified of trying. But the future, it's already here, and fans are ready. The talent is ready. The only question left is whether major companies have the guts to evolve with the times, or if the indies are going to keep showing them how to do their own damn job. Well, that was another episode of the Tristan Law Show. What happens when pro wrestling finally embraces intergender pro wrestling? I want to thank Stu for watching. I want to thank Fernanda for watching, Maria for watching. I want to thank King Suavecito. I want to thank every single person that hung out with us today. I hope you guys like the new set. It's the new 1080p, 4K, almost 4K, like 2.5K set. Either way, I'm Tristan Law. She's just the captain. And we'll see you next time. Flashing red lights, driving at night.